One of the thing, all of you guys know as we are aging, um, one of the things that I always knew that, I knew somebody, who was extremely fit, used to work out every day, used to eat good food, um, and he was in his 40s, and somebody called me and said, do you know this person died? And I said, I cannot believe, how could this happen? This person is really fit. If you look at his skinny, he's exercising, he's eating right. How could something like this happen to somebody? And then, you know, as I moved on with the life, I've seen this happen quite often with, why don't you mute? Everybody could mute themselves, so at least there is no echo or something. And it was really shocking to me to see somebody really healthy looking and die like that. So, how do you really define good health? I mean, is it fitness? Is it somebody who's eating right? Is somebody who is doing exercise, everything? And here it is. I'm just going to tell you, how do you define. So that's the title of our talk, and I'm going to talk about that. And it really shocked me to really find out that healthy people are dying. And then I realized that I need to educate myself, so I could educate myself so it doesn't happen to me. Because in my family, as most of you guys probably know about it, Varshaben and Santosh Kumar, that my mother died of a cancer, my father died of a diabetes, my brother has a diabetes and blood pressure, my sister has arthritis and blood pressure and thyroid, and my elder sister, so it runs in my family. So I'm always scared of my health, and thank God that I'm not on any medicine for last 4 years, versus I used to be on about 11 different medicine, including triglyceride was about 800 was my triglyceride. Normally is about 150. So I used to be on a lipid. My cholesterol was high. So I used to be on a Lipitor. I had a gout. So I used to be on allopurinol. I had acid reflux. So I was on Prevacid. And then I had depression, so I was on a depression medicine. I could not sleep, so I was on a sleep medicine. And because of all these things, I had erectile dysfunction, so I had to take Viagra. And, I was on Ambien for my sleep, and for my mood elevation, for dopamine, I was on Wellbutrin. So, I could just go on and on about my medicine. And I was really frustrated. I said, I'm a pharmacist. I should know all these things. Why am I going through this hiccup? Why can I not work the way I should be working? And I was around 50, at that time I was 55 years old. So I'm talking about 12 years back. And, it really took me a long journey of finding out what can I do and how can I change my health. Last 4 years, I'm completely medicine free. I used to be on 10, 11 different medicine. I'm on a zero medicine for last 4 years, and I'm not taking any medicine. My energy level is good. It's not outstanding. I'm working on to get it outstanding. So I started incorporating now exercise in my regimen. That was not there. So I'm just doing exercise, everything. And I'm going to cover all that thing. And that's how I started my simple healthy living. And since I retired and I've done well in terms of business and all that thing, so I wanted to make sure that I give it back to community. So I started this as I have lots of time and lots of energy to really help a lot of people. And some of my clients who needed my help, they came to me, and I was able to help them get rid of a lot of problems like arthritis or overweight, somebody had eczema and all that thing. And, I took care of somebody who really had a lot of problems. But most of you people are relatively healthy and you don't have any major problem. But if somebody really needs, really one-on-one or something like that, I'm always available to, talk to you. let's talk about, Santosh Kumar. She's an extremely successful business person. She has so many businesses. I don't know how many centers she has. I would say has about 10 plus centers all over Chicago. So she's a successful business person, right? And Santosh Kumar, what made you so successful?
Passion.
What was
Passion,
that?
hard work is a passion and hard work.
That's
and
right.
Desire to improve the life of my people.
See, so any areas we are struggling, she gave an answer. If you struggle in your health, what you need? Santosh Kumar just give you an answer.
What you need? You need
What
a
you
good
need?
definitely you need a good lifestyle. Basically, you have to change your lifestyle completely.
But before that, you gotta have a passion.
Oh,
right?
Passion, definitely. Passion is the root of everything.
Yeah. And
Definitely.
and Mahesh bhai, how are you? Good to see you, Mahesh bhai. How is Sudha been doing? That's my friend from Iowa. He just joined me. So, I mean, you think about the area of your success in life, an area of your failure in life, and you would pretty much know what's lacking is passion, consistency, and sometimes knowledge or sometimes coaching.
Yeah, absolutely. All of these.
Right?
You need all of these, and enthusiasm you need, and you have to leadership you need to make people. You cannot do it all alone. You have to make leaders and leaders and leaders, layers of leaders.
Yeah, and you have to have good people around you.
Yeah.
So think about what's lacking in your health and wellness area, and we'll cover that and see how could you tweak that. Let's say, how do you define good health? So defining good health. So today's topic discussion is defining good health. What is energy? What is the greatest gift that you could give it to your health? An economical and easy and simple way to find health. And after that, if you have any question and answer.
You're talking to me or what?
I'm just talking to everybody about today's discussion. What am I going to cover is define good health. What is energy? The greatest gift. Economical way to find your health. So let's talk about how do you define good health. So there are three ways, right? How do you feel? And you can only answer that, right? Like, I woke up today and I felt very sluggish and tired. Today I felt very sluggish and tired as my wife is going through, right knee replacement and all that thing. So I'm taking her to hospital. I'm running errands and doing a lot of things and all that thing. And it's been going on for 2 weeks. So I'm kind of feel run down and sluggish. So, I could say that about me, right? And you could pretty much tell, how do you feel? And that way you could define the good health. If you don't have good energy, that means you're struggling with your health. And then what does your test result shows? When you go to doctors and your doctors looks at your things and say, hey, cholesterol is high, your thyroid is not looking good, and your liver things are high and all that thing. And that's what it is, and they come up with professional diagnosis. And sometimes even doctors are not able to find out through blood report. Like, I'll give you an example. I went to my doctor about 12 years ago, and I was kind of really slowing down and feeling sluggish, and my blood report was okay, and doctor couldn't figure it out. And what I did at that time is I went to somebody who does a live blood test. He takes a drop of your blood, which I started doing it. So anybody wants to have that live blood test and want to know more about it, just give me a call. And what happens is you take a live, just a little blood and put it on a microscope, and it magnifies about 40,000 times. And he showed me how my blood was congested with a lot of proteins and how much my blood was thick. And that, test is not done with regular tests. So he told me to cut down on protein and cut down on other stuff. And you know what? My energy went weak. So, sometimes if the regular medical profession cannot figure it out what's going wrong. So, you just need to try different things. You have to go to maybe a homeopathic doctor, maybe Ayurvedic doctor, or go to a naturopathic doctor who could do a live blood examinations, like I do that. And let's talk about, if we want to maximize our energy and vitality and health, let's look at our belief system. Can somebody mute themselves? Because I'm getting a background noise. Angela and Chandrakant's iPhone.
Okay, let me see.
So if you want to maximize your energy, vitality, and health, we must start by examining our current belief. What are the current belief of people who are getting older? Anybody guess? What are people believing as they get older?
I have the idea. Just think it's just aging process.
They say, oh, I'm having arthritis because I'm getting older.
Right.
Oh, I'm forgetting because I'm getting older.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Those are all limiting beliefs. I could tell you, as I have gotten older, 67, you could look at my face. I just don't feel that way. I feel I'm much more healthier than when I was 45. Because I already told you what was going on with me earlier, people who were listening to me. I could tell you my memory used to be kind of really slow. Now my memory has gone even better. I do not have arthritis. Why? Because I didn't believe in that as you get older, you're going to have that. See, what happens is, if you believe those things are going to happen, you're going to attract it. So examining your limiting belief is very important. Another thing is, when you hang around people, most of the people of our age, always have limiting belief around health, especially. That, abhi to bahut gayi thodi rahi, abhi to bonus ka year ji raha hu, and all that thing they talk about, right? Why? Why not live up to 100, 110? Why not? Why not 130? Or whatever, I tell people I'm going to live up to 130. Am I going to live up to 130? Maybe not. Maybe 150, maybe 110. But see, where is my mindset? That I'm going to be healthy and I'm going to be able to take care of myself and my friends and my family and my kids. So my kids don't have to take care of me. In fact, I'll be able to take care of my kids if they get sick. How about having that belief versus saying, oh, now it's time for my kids to take care of me. And, that's some of the things that when some of my clients come in, Varshaben went through that. And I went through that diagnosis with her. And I said to her, what are some of the belief and what are some of the stresses that you have in your life? And, even before changing people's lifestyle and all the other stuff, I go to this stuff. This one is your operating system. It's like your, iPhone operating system or Android operating system. Imagine if it crashes, what happens? Everything goes haywire. And this belief system is your operating system. Once I get your operating system working, I think, other thing is really fixable. And some of the even the belief system is, oh, I just can't digest anymore. I just have lost my digestion power, and I'm just so slow now. I'm just so getting so tired and all that thing. And so abhi to you're about 70 years old. I'll tell you, I have an 87-year-old friend his name is Sudarshan Soni. Sharp, really sharp. We play bridge with him and he comes to my home. He does yoga, pranayam, eats healthy. He is so healthy. It's unbelievable. It's 80. Amrit Bhai, you're talking about 77. He's 87 years old. He has some empowering belief. The empowering belief which I have is I'm going to be healthy as I'm going to be aging. As I'm going to be aging, I'm going to be matured, wiser, and I will be helping a lot of people with their health their life conditions. And those are my belief system. So, I want you to really write it down. The homework for you is I want you to share with me on the chat or even on the email. Just send it to me. What are your two limiting beliefs? And how would you replace it to an empowering belief? If you just took this one point, it's so powerful. All the other things that I'm going to do, it's a bonus. This is the foundation of your good health. Okay, let's see. Okay. What is health? For me, health is energy. It's not fitness. Remember I told you about a person in his 40s was really fit, exercising, eating right, but he died of a stroke. He didn't wake up next day. I heard someone else, he was around 53, and somebody just told me that he just died in his sleep. His funeral was, I think, last week. When I hear that, it really makes me sad. I wish they would have come to me and I could have really have helped them to those situations, because it's so simple. It's so simple. And once I explain it to you, you guys know what I'm talking about. So let's talk about, where does energy come from? It comes from oxygen. If you don't have oxygen, you have no energy. Sometimes we think we need food for energy. Sometimes all you need is the water. Because when you take food, what happens? Your body has to use oxygen or energy to digest your food. After you eat that food, your body needs to eliminate the food, the waste. So it needs energy to eliminate the food. So, when you eat food, instead of it giving you energy, it takes away so much energy. So that's why sometimes when people eat, they say, I feel so tired. I feel so sluggish. And I think I wrote a blog. Santosh Kumar, if you need that blog, let me know that what kind of a food can people eat so they could feel energized even after lunch. Just call me. You have my number, so I'll send you that information. Just call me. So
I will call you.
And then you could put it in your newsletter or whatever that goes out. So you could put it in there so people will know that, if they're feeling like that, what they can do. So I'll send you that article that I wrote.
Okay. Thank you. I will take it.
And when our blood is thick, let's see what happens when we eat. If you're eating food that's loaded with sugar, fat, and oil, what's going to happen is your blood is going to get thick like a mucus. So now your blood is not flowing. So when it's blood not flowing, what's going to happen? Oxygen is not going to your cells. Nutrients are not getting distributed to your cell. So it's very important to eat food that's healthy. And I'm going to talk about what kind of food you need to eat. So the healthy cell needs oxygen, water. Let's talk about water. Every 30 minutes, I take 3 big gulps of water. And if you have to get your water, get some water. It's okay. And if you don't have water, if your water drops 3%, Varshaben, and since you work so hard, and Mahesh Bhai, I know you work so hard, and Santosh Kumar and all of you people, when you feel tired, what has happened is your water content in your brain has dropped to about by 3%. When your water content in your brain even goes down to 3%, you feel tired, you feel brain dead, and you drink water, all of a sudden you have energy.
Yes.
And the nutrients, and I'm going to talk about nutrients, and I'm going to talk about eliminating waste, or I'm going to talk about detoxing. So I'm going to go in detail of that. Let's talk about, how does our cell die? Our healthy cell can die from lack of oxygen, disturbance in electrical field, Or, when you have accidents or trauma and anything like that, that's how people will die. A lot of people don't wake up in the morning. What happens? The heart is stop pumping and now you're not getting oxygen, and lack of oxygen, your cell dies, and then your heart dies and you die. And let's talk about disturbance of electrical field. What happens when you take cyanide? Cyanide disrupts your electrical field. And that's why even it's just a little bit of cyanide, it just binds all your cells, and your red blood cell can now not carry oxygens, and you instantaneously die because it has disturbed your electrical field. So when you take a lot of preservatives and a lot of fumes from all the fumes that we get it by outside and all that thing, and when we use those aerosols and all that thing, it disturbs your electrical field. Or we call it that electromagnetic field that comes in from computers and cell towers and all that thing also disturbs your electrical field. And that's why I'm wearing this electromagnetic field neutralizer from a company called Quest. I have that, so it takes away all the EMF for me. So all this so it just takes that and it neutralizes it. So I wear that too. And rupture due to trauma and accidents, but somebody just had a car accidents and all that thing. These are the cause of death. This is so simple, right? And look at the healthy arteries. Look at that. How doesn't it look so healthy? When your blood is so healthy, it's flowing and it's loaded with nutrients and it's so rich with oxygen, it looks so red, right? That's how it should be looking. And when I do the live blood test, like I've done it for some of my friends. Santosh Kumar, I do this live blood test for people because I have this microscope that I do that, and a lot of people have benefited. If you want to know more about it, I could also tell you a little bit more about that, or if anybody wants to know about it.
I will. Okay. Okay.
How do we get rid of the toxicity?
Your slide is not coming up, the blood you were showing.
Okay. Is it now? Yeah, now my slide is, you guys are seeing my slide, right?
No, I'm seeing only benefit of magnesium chloride. That's it.
You guys are not seeing this screen? Where it says,
no, I seen you. I seen this another screen with benefit of magnesium chloride.
Okay, let me see. Let me change. Hold on just a minute. Let me fix that. Okay, let me fix that.
I can see you now.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, let's see. Share screen. Okay, share. Okay. You should be able to see it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for telling me the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So let's get rid of the toxicity from your blood. So how does your body eliminate waste? We have a blood circulatory system, and that's how when your blood goes through that thing, and it goes to liver and it goes to your kidneys and all that thing, and that's how your circulatory system get rid of your toxins, through perspirations. Also it gets, and your lymph nodes, you have about 600 lymph nodes, and when somebody is bloated and all that thing, you see people's stomach bloating up. The biggest lymph node is in your stomach. So when you have some stomach problem, the problem is you are not detoxing and your lymphs are getting so loaded with toxins. So the best thing to do is, you need to go through detox process, and I'll tell you how to do that. You detox through screens, lungs, you detox through your bowel movements and urinary tract. Any questions so far? Any comments?
I think you have to elaborate how to detox.
Okay, perfect. Let's look at whether you have toxins in your body or not. Has anybody has suffered any of this? Joint pain, fever, vomit, diarrhea. Those are all signs of toxicity in your body. See, I have a low energy, and I know why. Because, I think I'm not getting enough sleep because of my wife's health. And it's just me taking care of my wife right now. So, I feel like I'm running all over the place. So I'm not getting enough sleep. So I could feel that I have a low energy. So I know I'm building up toxins. So you know what? Today I had only one meal. Just one meal today I had. I didn't have 2 meals. And then you know what I had in the evening? I just had a protein shake with banana, strawberry, and some grapes. That's my. So in fact, you see that I cut down on my food and I started drinking a lot of water so I could eliminate a lot of toxins. So, I know what to do when I get this kind of a problem. I usually know what I need to do. So if you're in any of these, you really need to really look at, just start detoxing. Let's look at how do we create toxins and disease in our body. So you see this auto intoxicated, eating all the junk food. You see this all junk food? That's auto intoxicated. And in fact, eating late at night is the worst thing anyone can do. That's why I just had milkshake. I just had a protein shake this evening. My wife says, "What do you want to eat?" And I said, "Honey, I'm not hungry because I've been feeling kind of sluggish because of what's going on and not getting enough sleep because of your aches and pains and going to physical therapy and going to doctors and all that thing." So I cut down on my food, and after this thing, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep by 10 o'clock, and then I'll wake up around 6:30. So I'll have a good 8 hour sleep. So sometimes you just need a lot of sleep. What's another way we, put toxins? Chemical poisoning. Do you know that in tomatoes, they put chemicals in there? They put preservative in there so they stay fresh, so they could sell it before it gets destroyed. When you spray that aerosol, you put that skin lotion with Vaseline, you're putting all the chemical poison in your body. Nerve damage. Sometimes we get nerve damage because, we get, our arteries and all that thing are constricting and all that thing because we're putting in so much of obesity in our body that our body just cannot handle it. So now nerve pinching starts happening and all that stuff. And then you start feeling nerve pain. Like some people get spinal stenosis, they get backache as they start aging and all that thing. It's what, the nerve damage is happening. And sometimes people get that tingling and numbing sensations in hand and feet. Or, physical rupture, accidents. And another one is, this is the most important thing, is destructive mindset. And remember I talked about that, what is your belief system? Your belief system, that's really, really makes a lot of sense. When your belief system is negative, pessimistic versus optimistic, it makes a huge difference. I think number one cause of disease, I would say about 80 to 90% of cause of disease is destructive or negative mindset. And then I think everything else, number 1, 2, 3, and 4, is only about 20%. So if you could take care of your mindset, I tell you, I have to work on my mindset because when I was going through my wife's surgery and all that thing, I was really, I have to really pay attention to what I'm saying it to myself. Let's talk about what are the things that you can do. What are the gifts that you could give it to yourself? I'm talking about giving a gift to you, to your body. So let's talk about those gifts. And I want you to take a picture of this. Our body need that you could gift it to your body every day. Like, remember my friend came in from New Mexico, Amrit Patel, and he was 77, and he said he does yoga and pranayama every day. That's power of breath. And some of you have seen Baba Ramdev pranayam, Kapalbhati, Anulom Vilom, Sitli pranayam, and all that stuff. I mean, it's just amazing. My wife is actually a certified yoga teacher with Ramdev Swami. She got certificate, so she teaches people and all that thing. So I mean, my wife does this, and that's why she's able to come out of this surgery and all that thing, so quickly, because she's so fit and so flexible. Power of living water and live food. So what do I mean by living water and live food? So here is something that I want you to do. I want everyone to take out their paper and pencil. Just take out paper and pencil. And I want you to write it down. What did you eat yesterday morning as you woke up and till you go to bed at last night? Just write it down, everything you did. I want everyone to do this homework. And then I'll answer why am I saying that. I want to see either we are eating live food or we are eating dead food. Are we eating food loaded with fats, sugar, and oil? Or are we eating food which is rich in fiber, nutritional values, like, it has macro and micronutrients like calcium, potassium, magnesium, selenium, phytonutrients and all that stuff. Those are the live food. Is it loaded with green stuff, violet stuff, yellow stuff? All the color food is really good food for your body. And those are live foods. Are you eating rich in water or water? And you have to really take really account into that. Power of aerobic energy. What do I mean by aerobic energy? Sometimes we work so hard that we stop even breathing. We don't even breathe. So make sure that whatever you're doing, make sure you do it with full of oxygen. Make sure you don't stop breathing. Sometimes when we are under stress, we stop breathing. When we are sitting down, we're not breathing fully. You see, if I get up, right, you're going to feel, that you're going to really even inhale more oxygen as you get up versus sitting down. So sometimes, when you sit down, just get up and breathe. And you'll feel energy, because before this seminar, I knew that I have to use my energy and my voice. So I did about, 5 to 10 minutes of deep breathing. So I have energy to give because oxygen, is energy, right? Remember I told you that? So make sure you use your aerobic energy of oxygen. So make sure you keep breathing throughout the day. Power of alkalinity. Now look at all your food that you have. I have a chart, Varshab, and I don't know whether I gave you the chart or not, about food, those are alkaline, and food, those are acidic. Did I give you that, Varshab?
No.
I think I'll give it to you. Santosh Kumar, would you like to have it?
Sure.
Yeah, and anybody would like to have it, just send me an email, because you guys have all my email, and I'll send it to all of you, those things. So you at least know what are alkaline food, what are green food, and what are acidic food, and what are the foods that you want to avoid. And I've created a PowerPoint slides on that, and it's really amazing. So you would get a lot more out of it.
Okay, thank you.
And power of maximum nourishment. So what do I mean by that? You want to have food that has micro and macronutrients. So you want to provide your body, because if you don't have calcium, magnesium, selenium, cobalt, zinc, all those nutrients that your body needs. If you don't have electricity, magnesium, vitamin B12, vitamin D. Those are some of the vitamins and nourishment that your body needs, and you guys don't take it. So, I recommend people to take at least vitamin D supplement, because, we don't get exposed to sun. So I would recommend everybody take maybe 2000 IU of vitamin D or 5 to 10,000 IU of D every day. So that way you get at least your vitamin D, and then if you're low in B12, get sublingual vitamin B12, because sublingual vitamin B12 is better than just the regular vitamin B12. And then power of directed mind and heart. So let me just demonstrate to you what I mean by power of directed mind and heart. Let's just close our eyes. Take a deep breath. Put your hand on the heart. Send some energy to your heart. Now think about good thing that has happened in your life. Maybe you have a beautiful house. Maybe you have a beautiful business. Maybe you have a beautiful daughter. Maybe you
excuse me, my
so
phone
many
is getting
people.
dead,
What did you say?
No, my phone is getting dead, so I may have to leave you.
No problem.
But I do appreciate. I will talk to you later on.
Hey, Mahesh bhai, good to have you.
You connect to the wire.
Connect your phone to the power. Connect your phone to power. Power it. Power your phone.
Listen nearby.
But just doing this exercise, see how you shifted all your energy from your head. Because see, when we are thinking too much, we're using a lot of energy. But when we bring all the energy in here, now you're not wasting a lot of energy. Now you're guided by your pure heart. So sometimes you have to direct your mind. So it's very important. And that's where you get into positive. When you're thinking, your thoughts are rapid, those are all negative thoughts. When your thoughts are slowed down, that means you are having a positive thoughts. And the only way to slow this down is just close your eyes and then start sending energy to your heart. This is so simple. Let's talk about what poison you could avoid. Poison of processed fat, poison of animal flesh, poison of dairy products, poison of acid addictions. And as you see, this is only a 1 hour seminar, and I'm going to leave about 10 minutes at the end. I could talk about just number 1, point, and 2 and 3. It could take me almost an hour to do that. So I'm not going to go in detail with that. But a couple of websites that I'll tell you guys to do the research on it. One is by Dr. Michael Greger on nutritionfact.org. Go to that website. And another one is pcrm.org. Go to that website, and they talk about all of these things much more in detail. That's by Dr. Neil Barnard. And I would say, eliminate all the animal flesh, eggs, chicken, fish, all of it. Processed fat. I mean, you don't need oil. You could have oil-free cooking. Avoid all the dairy products. Eliminate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you.
Rajesh, I have a question here.
Yes.
Dairy product, because our culture use a lot of yogurt. So what we should do?
I mean, I'm okay with the yogurt. I'm mainly concerned with cheese and milk.
I see.
So I mean, I tell people, and people who really have a lot of asthma, a lot of acidity, diabetes, cancer, and all that thing, dairy thing is the worst thing that anyone can do.
Oh.
You could go to pcrm.org and look up Dr. Neil Barnard.
Say it again. PCR.
PCRM.org.
Org. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And it's by Dr. Neil Barnard.
Yeah, that I got before, but
Okay. And let's talk about acid addiction because this is a new word. So I'm going to just talk about that. Now, what is sugar? Sugar is acid. What is acid? Glue in your body. Do you like glue in your body?
gluten. We have a gluten through.
No, I'm talking acid is glue.
Uh-huh.
It's like glue. It's so thick, right? Sticky.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Bad. So this is what you need to avoid. Processed sugar, processed vinegar, nicotine, drugs, alcohol, caffeine, white flour, bread, rice, sugar, potatoes. Now, potatoes are good if it's eaten without any sour cream and butter. If you just have potatoes with some sea salt and some lemon juice and some seasoning, it's really good. In fact, you lose weight.
It's alkaline, right, Rajesh?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
But the potato like French fries or potato with sour cream and potatoes, right?
Yeah.
Those are the one, and most of the time people just eat that kind of potatoes. So avoid all of this. This is just acidic. And then I'm going to give you, people who wants me to send me the acid and alkaline, I'll send that to everyone else. Another thing that I want you to read for diet and weight loss, get this book.
I have a question. What about sweet potato?
Sweet potatoes is good.
Okay.
It's a great, in fact, for diabetic people, sweet potato is good because it does not raise sugar as much.
Okay.
So sweet potato is always the best. And in fact, I just prepared my salad because tomorrow I'm going to work at a pharmacy for part-time. And I'm taking my salad with sweet potatoes. And, remember I shared you that workshop and how to make salad and all that recipe? Remember I shared with you? So anybody needs that salad recipe and salad dressings, also I've done that. So, if anybody wants that, reach out to me. Like I gave it to my workshop and was my client. So then, she had worked with me, so I was able to give it to her. So now let's talk about your health. I've told you all of these things, and, some of you asked me about detox and cleansing and all that thing. And, it's so important that why people die mainly is not because they are eating unhealthy, they are not exercising, but they die because they have so much stress, negative mindset, and they are not eliminating toxins from the body. That's number 1 and 2 reasons of people. And if you don't clean out your system, then, if something goes wrong with your car and your car is, has some problem, what shows up this sign, right? Check engine. Remember, I showed you check engine sign: gas, fever, diarrhea, vomiting. Remember I showed you? Those are all check engine signs. That means it's time for detox and cleanse. And what happens when you ignore your check engine light? You've seen these people like this. They wind up in nursing home. They wind up in a doctor's cares and all that thing. And what I do for some of my clients is I have a program where I really, when I worked with Worship, and what I did is I took her detailed, doctor's reports, and then I went through her lifestyle and all that thing, including her emotional, her physical, her exercise, her eating and all that thing. But we paid also a lot more attention to mental stuff, because most of the stuff is coming from mental thing. And, she made some shift and all that thing. Worship, how much weight did you lose?
Right now I lose on 32 pounds.
See? Because I think, she wanted to lose, but I think the biggest change that she had to make Wasn't it your mindset? You had to change your mind that you're going to do it no matter what, and then you figured it out?
No, I changed my mind and lifestyle might change also.
Sure. So it's so important that a lot of people don't realize if they said, I'm going to do it, but their mindset is not changed, it's very difficult. So what I do for most of my people is, when they want to get healthy, I have my detox and cleanse program where I have 4 weekly calls for 30 minutes where I go through that. And then first week, what we do is we go through finding out what's going on wrong with your body. We started detoxing the first week. And the second week, we started cleansing your liver, your kidney, your lymphatic system. Remember I told you about lymphatic system and your colons and all that thing? So I go through that. And the third week, I just look at your food plan and try to change your food plans. And the fourth week, I said, let's look at some of the food that you are not taking, and I put you on the food that you are not taking. And that's basically what I do. And once somebody goes through my program, they don't need to do anything. Some of my clients just want a coaching call from me once a month, and they just sign up for a coaching call once a month. And that way they stay consistently. And after a few months, they really say, oh, I'm doing good. And then they are on their own. So that's the program that I usually do. And whenever I talk to my clients, I said, let's look at how much money you are spending. Some of you are spending so much money on just supplement. I'll tell you, I used to spend about $500 a month on Amway vitamins. Santosh Kumar, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes,
all
I
the
know.
vitamins I used to take for Amway, it used to cost me around that. Double X and all that stuff, right? CoQ10 and all that thing. I don't take any of them now because I detox, cleanse, and I eat good food. So I'd save $500 right there. So that's 500 times 12. That's $6,000 savings, right? And I haven't done that for the last 4 years. So you could imagine I saved about $25,000 a year just doing that for me, right? And then look at the copays and the doctors with it and physical therapies and all the other things that you do. You could add all those numbers and, it will be just, adding up to something like this, maybe a little less or a little more, but, around $5,000 a month. And my program, if people just sign it up, then, it costs so much less money than that. It's just unbelievable. And that's what you just get it done within a month. And, some of my clients who came to me, this guy had a lot of arthritis. Mr. Shah had a lot of arthritis. He could not even grab a bottle. He could not grab even a bottle like this because his arthritis is so strong. So he had to only use this hand. And then his feet were swollen because of arthritis. On the third day of detox workshop, and remember, I put you on detox of lemon and all that thing. He started getting rid of all the toxins. In the fourth day, he had no arthritis pain, completely gone. And it's been 2 years now. Mahendra Bhai Mukesh Bhai don't have any arthritis. He said, I'm so much better now, 80% improvement. And the Mike was my another client. He came through the same thing. And he also stopped taking vitamins and minerals. And I started telling him, eat good food. You just don't need to take vitamin D and vitamin B12. That's all I tell them. And Chintan, he's 33 years old. He came to me because he's 240 pounds. Warshaben. You know Chintan, right?
Yeah, Sudhaben's son.
Yeah, you know him, right? And he lost about 22 pounds in 1 month.
Oh my God.
Because he went through detox and cleanse and all this thing program. And he believed on me and he trusted me and he went through some hardship. This is something that's difficult in the beginning, but when you go through this and you go over the hump, the benefits are so much better. It's just unbelievable. And that's what he did. He started then he said, I want you to do coaching to me. So I started doing one-on-one coach with him so he could stay on the programs, right? Because he needed, he said, I just could see that if I have to check in with you and if my weight went up, you're going to yell at me. and that has really helped him, any questions, any comments, guys, because I've been talking a lot and it's almost 8:50 and I wanted to give you guys about 10 minutes to open up the floor for questions and answer or anything else. Angela?
Not right now.
All right, great. Santosh Kumar and Chandrakant?
Yes. I think you have many kind of program which we can enter. So I will talk to you later on also. I want you to.
Yeah, I have your cell number. So what I'll do is, I think I'll give you a call sometimes when I get freed up with my wife's situation in a day or two. So what's a good time to call you, Santosh Kumar?
Basically, evening and night is very nice for me because I come home around about 7 or so.
Okay, so I'll call you around 8 o'clock.
Right.
So we could talk. So we'll go through that. So I'll give you a call either this week or next week sometimes.
Okay.
Varshavan, any questions? Because I don't think I covered all this much detail with you when you went through my program, because I think you were with me for only a few days. So any question?
I have a question. First day detox, I go on lemon water, and second day morning on salt water. First drinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that salt water was to flush out your system, because first day you did a fasting, so you have nothing in your system. So second day, when I give you that salt water flush, what salt water does, it flushes your system completely out.
And up to third day?
All the toxins, all this gunk and all that thing is coming up that's been sitting in there for last 30, 40, 50, 60 years. That really comes out. And you'll see it just comes out and you feel so good in there. So that's what this does. Good question.
Thank you.
All right. Any Chandrakant?
Rajesh, I can ask one question here?
Sure, go ahead.
She said that she was on the first day only lemon water.
Yes.
Only. And
yes.
Then salt water only, nothing else, nothing more.
Salt water flush. And then if somebody gets really hungry, I tell them to have a clear broth, veggie broth.
Mm-hmm.
Clear veggie broth without vegetables. So if somebody is really hungry and they need something nice and warm and nutritious, then I give them a recipe of veggie broth. So they put in a bunch of veggies and all that thing, boil it, and then filter it, and then they drink that water. That's a veggie broth, and that really nourishes their body.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then I go through the cleansing of the organs, after they go through that. And then I start putting people on raw food like salads and all the healthy foods and all that stuff. And then we look at the food that they need to get rid of it temporarily, so that the condition gets better. And then people could slowly start adding those stuff after they start feeling better. That's what I usually do. And then the fourth week, I just give them the overall program. So I customize it and said what you should do throughout the day, and then what should you do after a few months. So I could just map out the plan for a whole year in terms of eating, fasting, cleansing, and all that thing. And that I plan it out, and that I give it. That's my whole month program with coaching that I do.
Okay, good.
And then, next month I'm going to have a webinar. I'm going to talk about 3 health mistakes you don't want to make. It's a topic that a lot of people don't know what mistakes they are making, and if they know what these 3 health mistakes they are making, it will just change their life. And it's so much detail and all that thing, and then I go in more detail with that stuff. And any one of you, you know, Santosh Kumar, I don't think I have your email. What's your email, Santoshji?
Yeah, I have. That's why I got this information.
Okay, so what's your email? So because I didn't really realize that.
Okay, my name Santosh, SANTOSH @ UMASINC.com. Universal Metro Asian Services का first letter.
Okay, UMAS.
UMAS.
Okay.
INC for incorporation.
Okay.
INC.com.
Okay, so I'll you know, put you on the blogs that you are not getting, so at least you'll start getting my blogs.
Okay.
And any other questions anyone has? Because I know, you know, I rather end before time rather than take more of time from you guys, because I know, you know, 1 hour is a lot of time to give it to someone like me, you know, and I appreciate that, you know, you got something out of this, and you know, the way you could pay me back is by calling me and saying, hey, you know what, I learned so much thing from you, now my health is better, and I was able to share this, and now so many other people's health is better. You know what, that's the biggest compliment and biggest gift that you guys have given it to me, and I'm looking to hear from you or your success story, and that's the biggest payback to me that I could get, is that I really able to make a difference for you.
Okay. Thank you, Rajesh. We have definitely will make difference.
Thank you so
I will
much.
connect you to my people, my senior centers, so that you can come as a regular speaker, and we want to pay you whatever your chances are. So you write down me the whole program.
Sure, yeah, we'll talk, and then we'll figure it out. Right. And then we want to make sure that this helps your clients and this helps them stay healthy. So, you know, what happens is they feel that because of Santosh Kumar and what she's doing, we are benefiting, and you know, they feel that your center is going out of the way to really help them. And that's what your passion and your mission is. So people really,
you know, Rajesh, one more thing. We are the partner with Northwestern University of Medical School.
Wow.
Timber School. Yeah. And we are doing research on South Asian for last 20 years.
Oh, this is the Saheli program and all that
Saheli program.
Yeah.
We are part of Saheli. We are part of SAT now. So we are doing for 20 years. We have done the heart studies for South Asian particularly, and diabetic condition for South Asians, and the living style, like they don't exercise. So we have enroll our people, make them exercise and reduce their weight, and you know, GPI and everything. So it is in medical journals.
Yeah, I know Dr. Katula because
Kandula. Oh wow. So
I know her because we had a meeting with her, because I'm part of this free clinic, you know, on Peterson Avenue, this IMECF.
Right.
So I'm a treasurer there, and I'm a trustee there. So they came in there because they wanted to enroll some of the people from our center. So that we were talking to her with Dr. Manish Brahmbhatt and Dr. Malani. You probably know all of them, right? Dr. Malani.
Oh, yes. I know very well. Prema.
Yeah, Prema, and then Bridge Malani.
Yeah, I know them very well.
So you know, we were talking to them, so I'm very familiar with the program. So so you're doing so many good things for our community. So we are so grateful to you, Santoshji.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Rajesh. Thank you.
Okay, guys, you know, I just want you to say, stay healthy, stay well, and whatever you learn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye.
Jai Jalaram.
Jai Jalaram. Bye. Bye, Angela.
Good night.
Bye, Angela.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.